Welcome to BFFL TV, and this is the place to be. This is the place where we get to explore and also talk about the history of Zambian music and preserving Zambian heritage, and also getting to appreciate the tools that we use in order for us to be able to communicate different messages. And in this case, we're talking about the positive use of social media. And I'm so happy right now and delighted and humbled and privileged to be seated right next to the Honorable Minister of Technology and Science in our motherland, Zambia, the one and only, the veteran politician, Honorable Felix Mutati. Honorable, how are you?
Thank you, BFFL, and thank you for having me. And let me start by saying that it was quite refreshing to have met you yesterday in person. Heard you on the radio, heard you in music, but I think to meet you in person and the charisma and the passion you have got for music really charmed me.
Wow.
So thanks for this interview.
Thank you so much. That's really humbling for me. And for me, the highlight of our first interaction yesterday was when you joined me on stage and I would say you performed alongside myself on the song Dear Mama, which you actually said is relatable to you as well.
I think, one, it was fun in Kanyama, seeing lots of people coming through, coming to respond to you, and you connecting with them through music. And for me, the song Dear Mama, the words, the meaning, the impact of Dear Mama should actually have a lot of impact for most Zambians, particularly those that have lost their mothers, which includes me. Okay, my mother passed on many years ago. She taught us many things. She didn't go far in school, but she had certain qualities to force all our 11 children to go to school. Qualities to ensure that you did your homework. Qualities to ensure that you had discipline in everything that you did. But above all that, it was our faith in God. And she said, whatever you do, anchor yourself on God. And that's what we remember, the 11 of us, from our Dear Mama. And so when you sang the song, the deep memories of Dear Mama, with very, very humble education, but she knew the meaning of life.
Wow.
And that's why I call it Dear Mama.
Wow.
So I align with you, and I
Wow.
align with the words in the
I'm
music.
speechless.
Yeah.
I'm really, really humbled, and that's really a powerful message. And it was really humbling for me and my colleagues in the music industry when you joined us, because we were launching a campaign called I Care About Her. And this is a campaign that champions, encouraging men to be part of the cause of women empowerment, ending child marriages and ending violence against women and girls. And for us just to see a minister who is from a totally different jurisdiction, in this case, technology and science, coming on board to support a gender cause, that in itself just goes to show the respect that you attach to women. And I can say, I once saw you actually supporting the Catholic Women's League at a fundraiser. Again, I was saying technology, but supporting the Women's League. So I follow that.
Thanks, BFFL. The thing about the Ministry of Technology is that it has no boundaries. It cuts across all society. It cuts across men, women, boys, and girls. It enables people to connect with each other, to talk with each other. That's what technology is about. The cause that you had in Kanyama about women empowerment, let's fight early marriages. Let's encourage the girl child to go to school. Let's encourage the girl child to have a career and to have a choice in life. It's not about a particular ministry. It's about the fundamentals of society and how we want to shape the future of this country. And the key pillar in that journey is how much we invest, particularly in the girl child, in the discipline of the girl child, in their education, in their visions, and persuade them that they are no lesser than their boy equivalent. They have the same opportunity. What they need is to work hard, strive hard, and they can be able to conquer. There is no mountain that is insurmountable for that girl child. The message from me to the girl child: protect your vision, guard your ambition, have the oxygen to believe that whatever it is, you too can do it. And that's all that matters for the girl child. And let me say, I thank, Oxfam for the push for creating awareness. We need somebody to be driving the process, taking the message as nearer as possible to supplement whatever government is doing. I think this is where it becomes our collective issue, our collective problem, taking it to society. So there'll be Oxfam, there'll be many other organizations. Let us all pull together over one common cause.
Wow. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. As you were speaking with all that passion for gender, for equality, for women empowerment, I was busy thinking and feeling tempted to say, Mr. President, maybe you should bring back the Ministry of Gender and make him the minister, because it looks like he fits everywhere. That's on a lighter note. Clearly, you could fit to be a Minister of Gender as well. But anyway, we can still talk about your current portfolio as Minister of Technology and Science, just for the sake of the young person out there who might not really know what this ministry is all about, maybe because it's quite relatively a new ministry. What exactly does your ministry do?
For me, I always say technology is not new. It has always been there, and it will always be.
Very true.
The ministry has always been in existence, except that it didn't have a label.
Okay.
So it has always been there. So it's not a new ministry. What we're doing in Chawama yesterday, for example, we're introducing the cheapest smartphone at under 700 kwacha. Now, the significance of that, first of all, is that we are breaking the barriers in terms of access to the internet. And the internet is a world of opportunities. It's a world where young boys and girls can be able to create business. It's a world where now in Chawama, you can hold the bank in your hand. It's a world where you want to get Lakwiso mangoes from Kaoma and Western Province. You can now use that smartphone to be able to check your product, its movement, and its delivery. And that's all we're looking for. So for me, technology is simply making life more efficient, making life easy and convenient, and much more important, reducing the cost of connecting with each other. You don't need to take a bus to say hello by video to your grandmother in the village. You do it in real time. And say, Grandma, how are you?
And she responds immediately.
And she responds immediately. Once upon a time, we went to put an elevation of a tower from 2G to 4G in a remote part of Northwestern Province. This old lady, for the first time, was given an opportunity to say hello to the grandchildren in Kitwe.
Wow.
And she says, is this the way you look?
Wow.
So you can imagine the excitement She hadn't seen the grandchildren for a long time. They spoke, yes, but now on a video call with the grandchildren, it just transformed the feeling of this lady. So the power of technology cuts across society. And for me, much more important, it connects people in a way that is passionate, that communicates their feelings, and that which gives them some empowerment. And that is the power of technology. Yeah.
Wow. Very powerful submission right there. And you have rightly highlighted the positive use of technology, and also how young people can harness technology for their empowerment, for job creation, and many other amazing things that you have listed. But on the flip side of this, we have also seen people that abuse technology, especially with the advent of social media now. We have people who wake up today, create a Facebook page, and they start using it to cyberbully others, or to be malicious, or to scam others, and many other negative uses of social media and technology. How would you encourage a young person out there who's watching you on the positive use of social media, and maybe how can you also discourage that negative use of social media?
For me, the more important issue is that technology has a lot of positives. Let's maximize on the positives that change life. And then let's work on the negatives, such as cyberbullying, such as scamming, and many more, including the impact of what these are doing on the economy. Not only our economy, but the economy, the world over. A few days ago, I was guest of honor at a function on cybersecurity organized by APSA.
Okay.
And what we were discussing is how can we protect the financial assets of this particular country, the danger that they're exposed to. And you won't believe the report that was done in 2022 basically says, in terms of cyber attacks on the financial sector alone, it was in excess of 2.3 billion.
Oh no.
Every 15 seconds, there is a cyber attack, only in the financial sector. Okay? Yeah. But that is a big thing.
Yeah.
At a lower level, a young lady who stood with us at an awareness campaign organized by ZICTAM, properly bullied, lost her job, all manner of debt thrown through cyber. But she stood strong and said, yes, I've lost my job. I'll be a champion for awareness of what these things can do, what the cyber attack. So she's our champion. We work with her.
Wow.
Creating that awareness, particularly for the girl child. Creating the defense mechanisms and the confidence and the belief in that little child that they can be able to fight back.
Wow.
Then we have the other arsenals, the tools that we use to try and minimize cyber attack from a technology point of view. But those are not sufficient, because the tools you use, these guys are always in research and development. They develop other tools.
Wow.
So it's a continuous battle.
So as they continue developing, you also continue developing how to counter.
But the biggest currency that you can have is continuous awareness.
Yes.
It's continuous awareness. Yeah. And that is the biggest. Lifting up our digital literacy, lifting up our digital education, digital awareness, that, if somebody calls you that I've sent 500 kwacha by mistake, can you return it? We need to make those people aware that if you receive such a message, it's a scam, just by its own sound. Yeah, nobody has got this philanthropy to be
Yeah.
just sending money in order to be returned. You know, that is not the typical being.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people are investing in all manner of tricks. So continuous awareness
Yes.
is absolutely indispensable.
Yeah.
Yes, they'll be underlaid by the tools and whatever. But regardless of the tools that are put in there, it can be done.
Yeah.
This morning, watching on BBC, the US, very sophisticated,
Yeah.
extremely sophisticated, how people were attempting to hack into the elections.
I believe.
Yeah, into the elections.
Wow.
So, you know, this thing is not isolated. So every jurisdiction is working very hard to be ahead. To be ahead. It's continuous work.
It is. And talking about continuous work, even for us as BFFL TV and many other social media users out there who identify as content creators, we are also just doing our part to also make sure that we flood social media with good messages and also inspire other young people to also make good use of social media and also earn a living. So my last two questions for you: how can social media users, especially content creators, supplement government efforts in creating jobs through technology?
You know, for me, yesterday touched me before. When you stood up and sang your songs, including Dear Mama.
Yes.
The way it connected to the audience, the way it appeared to be invoking memories, even including myself.
Yeah.
So you are the most efficient vehicle in terms of communicating, in terms of creating awareness.
Yeah.
Because from an awareness perspective, people need to deal with those that
Yeah.
are familiar.
Yes.
We know BFFL, we like his music. So as you are doing those nice songs, you put in the don'ts,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the cyber things.
Yes.
I think that,
Okay.
you know, so for me, you are doing a grand job. And the
Thank
rest
you.
of the music community, you are doing a grand job. So make it as part of your show.
Yes.
That, you know, wherever you go, bring in the cyber awareness.
Okay.
Create some songs
Yeah.
that are around, you know, cyber. And I know for now, from a government perspective, what we need to work on is content creation.
Yes.
The things that you do. How can you use that to create a living? We need to engage these big boys. And we're going to engage the big boys.
Yes, please. Yes.
That you know, how come other jurisdictions are having the opportunity for you just to create content and be able to use that content to make a living. Yeah. A living is not always pick and shovel. It's not always driving.
An office job.
Yeah, it's not always an office job. It's not always about trading. Each of us have got our unique capabilities. Let's maximize that, particularly creatives. Creatives are a limited group, and there are not many BFFLs. You know, no matter what you do, it's a limited because creativity is an inborn talent.
It's God-given.
So it's God-given. So no matter what Mutati wants to do, I can't stand on the stage and be able to pull the crowd to the extent that you know, even before you sing, they're already whoa, you know. Yeah. And when I stand there, they say it's a politician, but they are connecting with you, they are relating with you because of the message that I've heard from you over time, because of the things that you're doing. So the role of government is saying, no, how can we make BFFL bigger and earn more? So give it to me as a homework.
Thank you.
And yesterday was a spark and say, no, look at this guy. He's doing waves.
Yeah.
Can I make him bigger? If I make you bigger, you make the economy bigger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I
And
also
that's-
empower my team, my
Absolutely.
manager,
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
dancers, my
Absolutely.
fashion designer.
Yes,
It's the whole
absolutely.
ecosystem of entertainment.
Huge ecosystem.
Yeah.
Huge ecosystem. And you, when you walk in the street, they say, hey, BFFL,
Yes.
BFFL. Because they don't know, they have got a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the part where you talk about, when you help us become bigger, we can even earn more.
Yeah.
Talking about earning more, and this is my final question.
Yeah.
We have a movement right now, and we are talking about monetization of Zambian social media, because we have noticed that other countries like Nigeria are monetized, South Africa is monetized, Kenya recently got monetized as well. Basically, their YouTube channels, their Facebook in that particular country, as well as Instagram, these platforms are now monetized, meaning that if someone opens a page today in that country, automatically whatever content that they're posting and people are engaging with it, they're earning money directly from Meta or from YouTube. So I would like you to just tell us whether government actually endorses this movement to say Zambian social media needs to be monetized.
You know, Big Flom, this week, a number of us ministers will be meeting, including from South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria.
Yes.
One of the things that we have realized from an African perspective is that we need to come together as a collective in order for us to break new ground. We need to come together to share experience and initiatives and tactics. Sometimes when you go along to some of these big boys, yes, they may listen, but they may not hear you. Okay? Yeah. But when you go as a block, it makes a difference. Number two, when you meet others who will tell you and educate you on the journey they have traveled to reach where they are, it shortens your learning process. So part of this meeting with my colleagues is to not to be shy.
Yes.
Is to ask. Say, no, my beef flow is not making money. How is your beef flow in Kenya making money?
Yes.
What is your experience?
How is the video making money in Nigeria?
How is it making money? Tell me, what is it that you did, that which we need to do?
Yes.
And let's not be shy. If you don't know, ask. Somebody is going to tell you. So if you ask me to say, no, I should start writing to this one, that one, no, that's not the system.
Okay.
Is to talk to those that have made it,
Yes.
learn from them, and then be able
To apply those lessons.
to apply those lessons.
I love that.
And it applies to everything in life.
Yeah.
Always share and collaborate to those that have experienced the journey. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. That
Wow.
should be your philosophy. Don't reinvent the wheel. So I'm going to
Yeah.
be discussing with them and say, no,
Okay.
my brothers and sisters, you are ahead of me in this regard.
Yes.
How do I join this
The
race?
monetization
The
agenda.
monetization. We are also as Zambia quite ahead in other areas of tech. They'll
Yes.
also ask me similar questions.
And you can
So
share.
Africa is about sharing, coming together. And that's the reason we're coming together. So
Thank you.
we'll update you.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
update you.
I will be looking forward to
Yes.
coming back for part 2 to come and hear
Yes.
what lessons you may have learned from them. And I've just picked up a very important leadership attribute from what you have said. I think it's rare that a leader would sometimes acknowledge to say, in certain areas I might not have the information, but I'll be able to go and ask others who have done it before. So I like the fact that even with this monetization agenda that we have as Zambia, because it's new here, but others have done it, you are willing to go and interact with them and you can pick up some lessons. I really, really appreciate you for your time, Honorable Minister. But before I go, I would like to loosen up a bit and we play a fun game. This is something we always do on BFFL TV with everyone. And this is about Zambian music. Are you ready, Honorable Minister?
Well, I'll try. I mean, it depends on the type of fun.
Okay.
But before we even get to the fun, just one lesson
Yeah.
for young musicians, yourselves, and indeed there are many others. Discipline just the word discipline will take us far. Everything else you can do, your creativity, but we see that discipline, as you become a star, that currency begins to be diluted.
Oh, yeah.
So, Michael, you are great. You're a great group. You're amazing. But discipline for the music, industry. What you do is emulated by the kids on the street. They think that's the way life is. So if you're in discipline, even the kid on the street think that's the way. If you want to be a star, you have got to
behave like that.
You have to behave like that. So for me, simply discipline. That is
Thank you so much.
My last word.
My fellow creatives, artists, content creators, social media users, young people, the youth, and everyone who's technologically savvy and those that are willing to learn. Abafiashina Balanda, discipline. Wonderful. All right, let's get right into it. Honorable Minister, Honorable Felix Mutati, can you mention one Piquet Shala song?
It's inama ya mubucha. Namsonda. And it just tells you how sometimes you think you are seizing opportunity, but in actual fact, you are going into an irreversible downhill path.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, it's more the lesson that is given, particularly to our women, that not all that glitters is gold. And this is a general message to most of our people. Not all that glitters is gold. And even the message you are doing yesterday with the Oxfam is basically saying, not all that glitters is gold.
Do you remember the line, ati aberebesha change ati yo sumba. She wanted to get her keep change.
I put 1 kg at Vampera 4.
Yeah. Murichi mbuya fiakosa.
And the rest is the reality of life, isn't it? Yeah. So it just tells you, not all that glitters is gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing to know that you follow Zambian music. And now I've asked you a question from the older generation Zambian music. Let me ask you about the new generation. Apart from B-Flow, can you mention 2 other Zambian musicians from the modern day Zambian music?
No, from the modern day Zambian music. We have said eliminate B-Flow. Okay. So there's a boy called Your Maps.
Wow. You know Your Maps?
Yeah. And there's a song which says Somone.
Mwashaina, honorable, Mwashaina. You know Your Maps and you can even mention the songs. Somone.
And there's a dance, my kids, my nephews and nieces, they have taught me how you dance Somone with one leg going in one direction and then you go the other direction. And it's more or less like a little national anthem at family functions. So we love it.
Wow.
Like hell. The second one, probably not as successful as he must be now, but maybe was successful then, is a boy called Chameleon.
Oh, yeah.
Chameleon had deep music, deep meaning. He actually told the story in all his songs. So in that era, for me, he was a B-Flow, he was a Your Maps.
Wow.
Yeah, but obviously the fortunes change. But if you play any song for Chameleon, it will have that deep meaning.
Wow.
So for me, yes, a bit of the past, but we also have.
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
you
have the modern was the Your Maps. When Stanbic had that festival, Your Maps was one of the artists.
Yes.
And what impressed me most was we had this star from America. And
Marion.
Marion. I didn't know him until he came here. But if you say literally punch for punch, I think Your Maps acquitted himself. you know, he acquitted himself. I mean,
Correct.
yeah, he 100% acquitted himself.
Actually, your sentiments are shared by many Zambians out there. That's what everyone says.
No,
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, he acquitted himself, and I was proud. I say, oh my God, this is, Mario, watch out.
Watch out. Zambian musicians are not playing around.
We are not mucking around. We are not mucking around.
I am really impressed because you have mentioned 3 generations of Zambian music.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned the PK Chalas, and then there's a generation that did the transition from Kalindula to modern day, which is the Chameleons.
Yes.
And then now we've got the Mapses and the B-Flows and many other people like Chile One. Towela Kaira, Zaven, Mampi, Judy, Wezi, and several others. That's really impressive.
But you must also know that the girls are also vicious. They talk about Mampi. You just get crazy and say no. So sometimes being a politician, so you contain yourself and say no.
You have to look diplomatic.
Mazani onelam. Adinivina. Nikuvina janga tu ulichape so.
Kupira tumkati.
Kupira mkati. Kufana no.
No, this is interesting. I was actually going to ask you about Chameleon later, but you mentioned him already. That's really interesting. So now, the last one, I'm going to start a line, and I just want you to finish it if you remember it. Chinshi tufuila fueva ume.
That one, B-Flow, you have caught me down.
Pano
pachalo. Yes.
Chinshi tufuila. That's it.
Yeah. Chinshi tufuila. And it basically says, to me, take a breath. Look up and know where you're going. Never get excited. Nice. That's simple. Simple message.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. It's been nice playing this game with you. If I'm to rate the fun game there, I can give you 94%, which is a distinction.
Well,
you know a lot about Zambian music.
No, I try.
Or you wanted 100%?
No, I didn't want any 100 or anything percentage. But I just want to encourage our Zambian music, both the girls and boys, that you are talented, you are creative. Don't get intimidated. Your maps, for example, showed that on big stage, you boys and girls, you can match the best. So go out there and do your thing.
Let's go out there and be great, guys. Thank you so much. I have been talking to the Honorable Minister of Technology and Science, Honorable Felix Mutati, a veteran politician, and I'm happy to say we have been hosted at his wonderful residence. And so thank you so much for opening your house to me and my team, and thank you very much for hosting us and for accepting to do this interview with BFFL TV. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and thank you for supporting Zambian social media and Zambian music.
Thank you, BFFL.
Thank you, Honorable.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.